Hi guys, Melissa Jane from Final Gravity, and I'm here with Final Gravity. And we have a very special guest, Eric Sena, who did the wonderful artwork on our newly released CD, Surviving Humanity. Nice background there. Ah, you got yours, good.
It arrived very, very quickly. So excellent shipping service there.
Ooh, good, nice plug, thanks. um, so let's start how we usually start. And what are you drinking?
Okay, Eric's our guest. Go first.
Okay, turns out that I am drinking the single best IPA available in Oregon. It's called Pallet Jack from Barley Brown's Brewing out in Baker City, middle of nowhere. Absolutely awesome IPA.
Man, I never heard of that. I got to get that.
I'm having an AleSmith Speedway Stout. It's amazing that this beer is available in cans. It's, a coffee imperial stout in cans. Welcome to the 21st century, I guess. Cheers.
Cheers.
So I'm having a Transplant Plum the Depths of Hell, a Plum Hellas Lager, and the label seems to be related to our beer label that Melissa has a poster of behind her. So cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
A little bit of
I
trivia.
have the same.
Oh, a little bit of trivia on those is that the plums in that came from my plum tree, which is about 10 feet away from me out of this window over here.
Yeah,
That's cool.
This is homage to Charles. So I guess that's why it's called Depths of Hell.
I would like to think it's because it's a Hellas lager, but what do I know?
It's really tasty. I really like it. So thanks for the plums, Charles.
Interestingly, I'm drinking something from Transplants as well, but a different flavor. This one happens to be a blood orange Imperial IPA. Ta-da! For the fan Final Gravity, our sincerely Satan beer.
Yeah.
It's tasty, right?
Oh my gosh.
I know. It's amazing. It's a double IPA, the Sincerely Satan beer. But it's got this nice smoothness to it, a nice aftertaste. I'm impressed.
Good deal.
Really
It is very good.
Cheers.
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 Let's talk a little bit about our album, which I'm so excited about and I can't stop telling everyone about, and I can't stop showing the CD. So, Eric, tell us about making the album cover.
All I had to go with was the title Surviving Humanity. And when you brought me onto the project some time ago, I basically came up with 4 different ideas and presented those. And they were different riffs on the idea of surviving humanity. This is actually, of the 4, the one that I was hoping that you would pick. And one of my favorite remarks about the initial meeting where I presented you ideas actually came from you, Melissa. You were drawn to a different concept at first, but you came back to this one a couple of times. And you offered the observation kind of after this concept had been chosen, you kind of said to yourself aloud, well, I hadn't realized that this was a dark blue album or that we were a dark blue band, and yet here we are. I thought it was a really interesting and really self-aware comment to make about the design. When you perform a certain type of music, sometimes you run the risk of getting pigeonholed, and you need to be, I think, it definitely served you to be a little bit more open to things that maybe hadn't occurred to you at first.
Yeah, cool. And it's funny too because like I've been really falling in love with the kind of blues and dark blues, and I think it's starting to show up a lot in my day-to-day life and personality since definitely since the album release too. It's like I just keep getting pulled to that. But I guess that kind of dark blue really highlights kind of like the softness and heaviness of Final Gravity, because we have kind of this nice balance and juxtaposition, I think, within our music that comes through, and different songs that kind of take you to a lighter or a darker place.
I would agree with that. As you kind of internalize the album and you kind of come back to the cover, you might read different things into it. I think that's a good thing.
Albums. I don't know about you guys, but when I started listening to albums, you know, in the early 80s, I used to look at the album cover a lot as I was listening to it, and it would just inextricably be linked. Whenever I would hear the music, I would think of the imagery.
Yeah.
And I think that this is a strong enough cover that I would think it would be great if people would listen to this album and look at that album cover while they're listening to it, because to me it's part of the album now, at least in my mind.
What's funny too is they match your bass guitars. Like it's all color coordinated.
Yeah.
I'm all about blue basses, man.
And Eric, I wanted to personally thank you for going above and beyond and flying all the way down to Antarctica to take the picture of the iceberg in person. So kudos to all that. We sincerely appreciate it.
On my
Finding
own
those
dime,
two
no
guys
less.
to go on the icebergs.
The unnamed models were very brave, and I hope well compensated.
They're still down there, near as I can recall. I'm sure they're fine.
They're freezing their pixels off.
So when you designed the album cover, we hadn't actually finished all the the songs or had them all mastered. Now that you've had a chance to listen to the album, what do you think?
I think it's a terrific album. It's an evolution from the first Final Gravity album. You take more chances on this album, I'd say, but it still sounds like Final Gravity. I do have my favorite moments on it. And actually, I was chatting with Charles about that before everyone showed up for the Zoom. To gesture at the poster over your shoulder there, Sincerely Satan has a couple of real goosebump inducing moments in it that just I love listening to that one at the moment.
You've known the band for a long time. Do you want to talk a little about your relationship with Final Gravity?
Near as I can remember, I met most of Final Gravity at Blue Palms in Hollywood. It's a beer bar and a restaurant right there.
Sounds about right.
But I think you guys came in there for Charles's birthday.
Oh, yeah.
They had an internet connected jukebox in there and you played something from Porcupine Tree, something from In Absentia.
Yeah.
I think.
Probably Train. Yeah.
I didn't know the band at the time, but you also played Machine Messiah by Yes, one of my all-time favorites. And it's like, okay, as soon as I kind of noticed that it was you who was running the jukebox, I must have said something like, that is an excellent choice. And there was some Rush in there. You probably picked La Via Strangiato. Again, one of my favorites. So I think we started nerding out pretty much immediately from that music and beer. I think the first time I ever saw Final Gravity was your show at Westwood Brewing Company.
Oh yeah.
Why am I noticing beer as a constant?
It's constantly showing its face, isn't it?
It comes with the name, I'd have to say.
And we also had our meeting to discuss the album over beer in Santa Monica.
Eric, have we ever? I don't know if I've ever hung out with you when beer wasn't involved. Have we?
Oh well, we've had meetings where it was scotch or liquor of some kind. But
I don't think I was at those meetings.
So Eric actually designed the packaging and the artwork for our first album, which Mike was showing earlier.
That's right.
And we were, of course, so happy with it that we hired him again.
Well, hey, I have a quick question for Melissa and Eric. So I think we did kind of hatch up this album title and the artwork really literally a few years ago. What do you think of the fact that we put this out well into a global pandemic, a once in a century event, where the title Surviving Humanity becomes very relevant? I mean, I just think social distancing when I look at two dudes on a couple of icebergs. So what do you guys think in terms of your prescience there?
Yeah, I think I'm a fortune teller.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently.
There's so many choices and decisions and ideas that I have no idea what they're going to mean so many years down the track. And this is just evidence of what my life is. This happens to me all the time. It's insane. So I would say follow those intuitions and those impulses and moments of inspiration you get, because you get them for a reason. And yeah, look.
I think that be careful of any album titles you come up with in the future, because Surviving Humanity led to a pandemic. So go brighter.
You're blaming us?
Fully blame us, right? Not me.
So let's not call the next one Global Thermonuclear War.
We'll
I
call
was
the next
thinking-
one
You want to play a game?
Unicorns and Rainbows.
I was thinking Dinosaur Killer would be a good name.
I think,
Eric, anything else you want to add?
I think one thing I would say is that beer leads to great design, clearly. I would say find the things that you like. Find the things that you like, and if you're a designer, try and find the people who are making those things happen. If you like music, go to shows. If you find a band that really moves you, does something for you, reach out, try and get to know them. Because when like minds kind of gather around that, great things come from it.
Getting to know the people and being around like minds, right? It's such great advice, and it's pretty much how we did this whole album. Everyone that's been involved has been a friend, and it's not on purpose, but it just seems to happen that way, where it's like minds and attracting people that you're just all having fun, and beer is bringing us all together, music brings us together, and just everyone's great personalities, and it's great to have you as a friend, a Final Gravity friend. If anyone wants to get in touch, they can hit us up, and we'll get you connected.
Certainly a good idea.
So Eric, I got to ask. So what's the answer? Are the two guys in the icebergs saving each other or pulling each other over? I got to know.
You already know the answer.
The answer is within.
And the answer is listen to the new album, Surviving Humanity by Final Gravity.
Well, thanks, band. Thanks, Eric. Everyone, check out the new album, Surviving Humanity by us, Final Gravity, and make sure to check out the awesome artwork. Thank you again, Eric. We're over the moon, or over the sea.
On top of
Glad
it.
you're
On the top of the iceberg.
There it
And
is.
we look
Thank
forward
you, Eric.